Did ancient humans domesticate dogs, or did dogs domesticate us? Because let's be honest, if a wolf learned how to steal our food, guard our camp, read our faces, sleep near our fire, and eventually get belly rubs, who was really training who? The usual story sounds simple. Ancient humans found wolves. Ancient humans tamed wolves. Then, after a very long prehistoric makeover, wolves became dogs. Clean story. Nice story. Probably too clean. Real history is usually messier, especially when one side has spears and the other side has teeth. Imagine an ancient camp at night. A fire is burning. Humans are tired from hunting, walking, freezing, and arguing over who forgot to bring the good stone tool. Outside the firelight, a wolf watches. Not a pet. Not a fluffy roommate. A wolf. It is hungry. It is cautious. And it has noticed something important. Humans are strange, loud, dangerous creatures, but they drop food. That tiny observation may have helped change the future of both species. At first, nobody was thinking about friendship. The wolf was not dreaming of becoming a loyal companion. The human was not planning to invent the dog. Both were probably thinking the same thing. Please, do not bite me. But some wolves were different. A very aggressive wolf was a problem. A very fearful wolf stayed too far away. A calmer wolf could approach the edge of camp, grab scraps, and survive. That calmness mattered. Over generations, wolves that tolerated humans had better chances near human camps. They ate more. They avoided some dangers. They raised pups that may have been a little less afraid. Humans also noticed patterns. Some wolves were trouble. Some wolves were useful trouble. That is an important difference. A wolf near camp could hear movement in the dark. It could smell predators. It could react before humans did. If it became alert, the whole camp might become alert. Maybe it was not protecting humans on purpose. Maybe it was protecting itself. But ancient humans did not need perfect intentions. They needed warning. In a world where darkness could hide a predator, a rival group, or a very rude bear, an extra alarm system was valuable. So the relationship began to change. A wolf got leftovers. Humans got information. A wolf got warmth near camp. Humans got a creature that noticed danger. A wolf followed hunts. Humans got another set of eyes, ears, and a nose that made human noses look almost decorative. Slowly, the deal improved. But here is where the story becomes more interesting. Domestication was not just humans changing wolves. Wolves were also changing human behavior. A human who tolerated a calm wolf might gain an advantage. A group that kept useful animals nearby might sleep a little safer. Hunters who understood wolf behavior might track better. Children who grew up around calmer canids might see them less as monsters and more as companions. In other words, dogs did not just adapt to us. We adapted to them. They entered our camps, and our camps changed. They entered our hunts, and our hunting changed. They entered our emotions, and our emotions changed. This is why the title question is not just a joke. Did humans domesticate dogs? Yes. But did dogs domesticate humans? In a strange way, maybe also yes. Because to domesticate someone is to reshape their habits. And dogs reshaped ours. Think about the earliest stages. A wolf pup near camp looks less terrifying than an adult wolf. It stumbles. It plays. It makes ridiculous decisions. The child laughs. An adult lowers a spear. Someone shares food. That tiny moment may not look like history. But history is often made from tiny moments that nobody writes down. A pup survives. A family gets used to it. The animal follows. The camp accepts it. The bond deepens. No one declares a revolution. But something revolutionary happens anyway. The wolf becomes easier to read. The human becomes easier to approach. The campfire becomes less of a border and more of a meeting place. And then comes the emotional trick. Dogs became very good at paying attention to humans. They learned our movements, our moods, our gestures, our routines. Eventually, they became experts at one of the most powerful forces in human life, social connection. A dog does not need a speech. It only needs a look, the big eyes, the tilted head, the tragic expression that says, "I have never eaten food in my entire life, even if dinner happened 7 minutes ago." That look works because humans are social mammals too. We respond to faces. We respond to need. We respond to creatures that seem to understand us. So dogs did not conquer us with claws. They conquered us with cooperation, and possibly with very dramatic eyebrows. Over thousands of years, humans selected animals that were easier to live with, less aggressive, more attentive, more socially flexible. But those animals also selected humans. They chose camps that fed them, groups that tolerated them, people who protected pups, hunters who let them follow, families who made space near the fire. So this was not a one-way invention. It was a negotiation, a long, cold, hungry, furry negotiation. And it happened before cities, before writing, before dog parks, before anyone had the terrible idea of dressing a chihuahua as a pumpkin. The earliest human-dog relationship belonged to a world of ice, danger, hunger, and movement. That makes the partnership even more amazing. Humans and wolves were both social predators. Both lived in groups. Both cared about young. Both hunted through attention and teamwork. Both could cooperate. Both could also be extremely annoying. That similarity mattered. We did not build this relationship with every dangerous animal. Ancient humans did not look at a cave bear and say, "Perfect babysitter." They did not invite lions to sleep beside the children. They did not try to make hyenas responsible for camp security. Wolves were different. Not safe. Different. They had the right mix of social intelligence, flexibility, caution, and opportunity. And humans had the right mix of fear, curiosity, hunger, and bad trash management. Together, those ingredients made something new. A creature that was not quite wolf anymore. A human group that was not quite the same anymore. That is the cognitive twist. Dogs are not only a chapter in animal history, they are a chapter in human history. They changed how we moved across landscapes, how we hunted, how we guarded camps, how we understood other species, maybe even how we practiced care. Because once a human starts feeding an animal that is not human, something strange happens. The circle of us gets wider. At first, maybe the dog was useful, then familiar, then trusted, then mourned, then named, then family. That is a huge emotional journey, from dangerous wolf in the dark to please do not step on the sleeping dog. And the funniest part is that modern dogs still carry the evidence. Your dog may not hunt mammoths. Your dog may be scared of a vacuum cleaner. Your dog may bark at a plastic bag like it has discovered a ghost. But inside that silly behavior is an ancient skill. Watch humans. Read humans. Stay close to humans. Make humans care. That skill may be one of the greatest survival strategies in animal history. Dogs found a way into the most powerful shelter on Earth, the human social circle. And once they got in, they changed the circle itself. So maybe we should stop imagining domestication as one proud human holding a spear and saying, "I shall create the dog." Maybe it was more like a campfire scene. A human with a bone. A wolf with a plan. Both nervous. Both curious. Both pretending they were in control. The human thinks, "I am allowing this animal to stay." The wolf thinks, "Excellent. The tall snack creature is learning." And generation by generation, the joke becomes history. The wolf becomes a dog. The human becomes a dog person. And the camp becomes a little warmer. So yes, ancient humans domesticated dogs. But dogs also trained us to feed them, protect them, trust them, name them, bury them, love them, and let them sleep dangerously close to the best spot by the fire. Which raises one final question. If a species can enter our homes, reshape our habits, hijack our emotions, and still make us pick up its poop, is that a pet or the most successful evolutionary genius we have ever met?